In September, Elon Musk mentioned that he believed Tesla would be delivering around 20 million cars per year sometime before 2030. But is this number realistic, and is there really enough demand for Tesla's electric vehicles, or really even electric vehicles in general, to support these kind of delivery numbers? Let's examine the data and see. I'm Jonathan, and welcome to Cleanerwatt. Until Tesla built Gigafactory Shanghai, all of Tesla's electric vehicles were manufactured in Fremont, California, and then shipped to other countries around the world. Due to tariffs, high cost of labor in the United States, and also shipping cost, these cars have had a disadvantage when it comes to price in these markets. Despite these disadvantages, Tesla still managed to do quite well in these major markets like the EU and China. However, with Gigafactory Shanghai continuing to ramp up production and Gigafactory Berlin construction well underway, these disadvantages will soon no longer apply. Let's dive into the data and look at the Tesla growth story and why I believe Tesla's demand will remain strong for the foreseeable future. The first question we need to answer is why I believe Tesla's electric vehicles will continue to outpace other electric vehicles on the market even as more competition shows up. When you look at current sales figures, it's obvious that Tesla is the clear leader in electric vehicles. However, it's not just about sales, it's also about software and technology. Tesla will most likely be the first to level 5 full autonomy, and this is going to be another huge demand trigger for Tesla's already popular vehicles. Also, when it comes to electric vehicles, which the market is moving towards, Tesla has the most convenient electric vehicles because of their long range and their really good charging network, the supercharging network. Tesla's electric vehicles are also top in performance, and when compared to an internal combustion engine vehicle, they have a much lower cost of ownership. When you combine all these factors together, it becomes somewhat obvious why Tesla is the leader in electric vehicles. But now let's dive into the reasons why I believe they will remain the leader for years to come. Other great electric vehicles are coming, but they've had such a late start that it'll take them 3 to 5 years to get where Tesla is today in terms of technology, performance, and also efficiency. Also, as we'll talk about soon, other EV manufacturers are not going to be able to compete with Tesla on price once Tesla's 4680 batteries are produced at scale. Tesla will not only have the current tech advantage, but they'll also have a price and value advantage as well. I believe companies like Volkswagen will likely do very well with their new ID line of electric vehicles. However, as Herbert Diess recently admitted, they're still around 4 years behind when it comes to technology as compared to Tesla. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, when it comes to Tesla importing vehicles to the EU and also China, Tesla has been at a disadvantage when it comes to the cost of having to ship vehicles, tariff costs, and also the cost of high labor in the United States as compared to countries like China. However, as I mentioned, that no longer applies, so Tesla will be able to take full advantage of the larger market that the EU and China represent. According to 2019 new car registration data, here are the top 5 countries when it comes to new cars registered in that year. As you can see, the top 3 markets there are the Chinese market, the United States market, and of course the European Union. When you combine the European and Chinese markets together, it's somewhere around 20 million vehicles per year larger than the United States alone. So although Tesla has been able to sell to these countries in the past, now they're going to be able to, as they ramp up production in these countries and as they build out factories like Gigafactory Berlin, they're not going to be at such a disadvantage when it comes to having to pay the extra cost and ship the cars long distance. Also, as Elon Musk has mentioned on several occasions, Tesla plans to locally develop and design smaller vehicles tailored to each one of the markets, both China and Berlin. These new smaller electric vehicles that'll most likely be a hatchback vehicle will sell a lot better than even the Model 3 and Model Y currently do because they'll be tailored specifically for those individual markets. This is one of the key reasons why I believe the ID.3 is doing so well, for instance, in the Dutch market, as Inside EVs pointed out, and also in the Norwegian market as well. Volkswagen's ID.3 is selling really well in Europe because it's a great little vehicle, but also it fits the market very well because it's a small hatchback. Once Tesla is able to design and manufacture their smaller cars in these markets, they should sell really well. Another reason why I believe Tesla's demand will continue to grow and outstrip the competition is because Tesla is going to continually lower their pricing. Currently, the average vehicle sales price in the United States is right around $37,000. When you do a currency conversion, the EU average price is around $35,000, and the average sales price in the Chinese market comes to around 23,000 US dollars. So as this data shows, and also when you look up the top selling vehicles in each one of these markets, the top selling vehicles are often somewhat of a lower price vehicle. So for Tesla to sell the kind of volume that Elon Musk wants to, they're going to have that smaller vehicle in each one of these markets. Now, one of the things that will make a smaller electric vehicle possible, and they mentioned one also in the United States, a $25,000 electric vehicle in the United States, something that will make that possible is, of course, their new battery tech, the 4680 battery cells. At Battery Day, Tesla put out this chart talking about the trajectory of battery prices over the years. I've added the numbers in white for context based on some comments from Elon Musk recently, but as you can see, it appears like Tesla will hit somewhere around $50 per kilowatt hour of batteries in 2025. As Tesla lowers the cost of their batteries with this new battery tech, this is going to allow them to offer lower cost versions of their current vehicles, and also, of course, this smaller $25,000 car in the United States and the smaller, less expensive cars in the European and also the Chinese markets. Also remember that these vehicles will have all the hardware necessary for full self-driving, so these will be capable of being a robotaxi as well. Beyond all this, Tesla has several new electric vehicles coming to the market in the near future that are definitely going to help their delivery and sales numbers as well. Of course, somewhere around a year from now, we should start seeing Cybertrucks rolling off the assembly lines in Austin, Texas. And when you look at the sheer size of the truck market in the United States, it's obvious that's a great opportunity. Of course, Tesla is rolling out the semi-truck pretty soon, the Roadster, which is going to be a low-volume halo car, the single-motor rear-wheel drive version of the Model Y, which will be less expensive than the current models. Then, of course, the $25,000 US compact car, and also the German and Chinese design compact cars as well. When Tesla's full line rolls out with the Cybertruck, the semi-truck, etc., Tesla will pretty much have every major market covered in the automotive space. Another huge market that Tesla is beginning to tap into is taxis. Recently, Electrek reported on the first Tesla Model 3 New York City yellow cab hitting the road. And I believe there will be a lot more Model 3 taxis coming to New York City and other markets soon. There's also several police departments that are experimenting with Tesla Model 3s and Model S's used as patrol cars, and they're seeing great results. So I know there's a great market for the Model 3 and the Model S, and maybe future vehicles like the Cybertruck for law enforcement. One other huge factor that will increase Tesla's demand, as well as other electric vehicles, is of course all the future legislation coming to ban ICE vehicles, internal combustion engine vehicles. Tasmanian recently reported on the EU Commission pushing for new emission standards which will basically ban ICE vehicles or internal combustion engine vehicles from around 2025. Also, Motor Authority recently reported on the UK's plans to set up bans on internal combustion engine cars sometime around 2030. Also, when it comes to the United States, in California, the governor of California recently mentioned that he wants to phase out gasoline-powered cars in California by around 2035. So as we've discussed, there are many reasons why I believe that demand will continue to stay strong for Tesla's vehicles and really for electric vehicles in general, but Tesla, I believe, will remain top of the pack and remain the market leader. So demand is not going to be something I believe that holds Tesla back, but I believe there is something that we need to discuss, and really that's just that elephant in the room, that 20 million vehicles per year by 2030. That's less than a decade away from now that Elon Musk wants to be producing 20 million vehicles per year. Is that even possible? Can Tesla produce that many vehicles? According to Tesla, their current installed capacity at factories right now is around 840,000 vehicles per year. And on this chart, I've just put some basic projections of what it might look like for Tesla to get to 20 million vehicles per year sometime around 2030. But as you can see, they're really going to have to build quite a few factories in order to reach that 20 million production goal by 2030. But Tesla is proving right now that they can build factories very quickly, and I believe we'll see a lot more factory announcements in the next couple years. Tesla also laid out at Battery Day plans to produce plenty enough batteries for their production goals as well. At Battery Day, they put out this plan talking about wanting to produce around 100 gigawatt hours of batteries in 2022. And just with basic math, that's enough for around 1.3 million Model 3s and Model Ys being produced. And this is just going to be in-house produced batteries. Tesla is also going to continue to work with CATL, LG, and also Panasonic and source batteries from them, as they mentioned as well. Tesla also mentioned their goal of producing around 3 terawatt hours of batteries per year by 2030. And with basic math, once again, that's enough for around 40 million Model 3s and Model Ys. I, of course, realize that not all these batteries are going to go to vehicles. They're going to go to battery storage, as well as the fact that the Tesla Semi is going to require somewhere, I imagine, around 1 megawatt hour of battery capacity in order to reach the 500-mile range they've stated. So my point is, as Tesla ramps up their battery production, battery capacity and the shortage of batteries should not be an issue in the future and should not hold back their plans of reaching 20 million vehicles delivered per year. So in conclusion, I predict that Tesla will be able to sell as many electric vehicles as they can produce for the foreseeable future. This is going to be an exciting decade for Tesla, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and that you learned something as well. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing. And if you do subscribe, if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified when new videos are published. Also, if you did like the video, please consider clicking the like button because that helps other people find the video as well. I also wanted to take a moment here at the end of the video to thank the Patreon supporters who support me every month and help make this content possible. A special thank you to my performance supporters, Bradford Ferguson of Halter Ferguson Financial, Inku Kang, and also Laura Sanborn. Also thank you to the other supporters listed on the screen. If you'd like to find out more about joining the Cleanerwatt community on Patreon, I'll put a link in the description below. Thank you so much.